And hello friends, with you is a potato, and this is the third part of the guide on the fashion for version 121. But before you start watching, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like it, write a comment, click on the bell, and also subscribe to the Discord and Telegram. There's all the news. But we're getting started. The next item that we will consider with you will be a coil with a hose. It is made of a copper casing, a block of dried kelp, and also a copper sheet. We will take it. I will also take auxiliary blocks for demonstration. This is a liquid pipe, a liquid tank, a mechanical pump, an engine, and also a handle. What is a hose reel? We can put it somewhere, let's say, in the air. Let's do it now like this. And it means it has a shaft. Then there is an outlet or an inlet for the liquid, and from below the hose itself, with an outlet in fact, or an entrance. It's not really shown here, but it's like a hose hole here. Let's put it somewhere in a more appropriate place. Let's say we pull out such a groove here, and imagine that we will need to pump out the liquid here. To do this, we have just the same thing here, a coil with a hose. So we can apply kinetic energy here with the help of a handle. So we twisted it with you, and the hose got out of here and twisted all the way to the bottom. We can also do, let's say like this, a block higher, or even twist it to the end. But let's turn it to the maximum and try to supply energy here now. Namely, we will put a pump here. Look, we have a pump directed into a liquid tank. That is, it pumps out water from here and pumps it here. Let's power it all up now and see how it will all look. That is, here's the water. Look, it's being pumped out. It starts from above, just like in reality. The more energy, the faster everything will be pumped out. This way, you will be able to pump out entire reservoirs, huge seas, oceans, and the like. You can also pump out lava, but lava has a certain barrier. That is, if there is a huge lake of lava and you start pumping it out, then it will just be pumped out endlessly, and you will have endless lava. That's how we got everything pumped out. We can do it in such a way that, on the contrary, it is pumped, and the water will be pumped. Let's do it a little faster, and that's how it is pumped into this tank now. The next device is a steam engine. It is made of gold leaf, andesite alloy, and also copper block. We take it. I also take 4 liquid tanks, a shaft, because the steam engine only works with the shaft, 4 burners, coal, and also various things in order to pump water. What is a steam engine? We can only put it on the tank. Moreover, our tank can be a minimum of 2 by 2, otherwise nothing will just work. We can also make it bigger, and then we will work more efficiently. But let's stop for 2 by 2. That is, we have a flat tank like this, and now we can put a steam engine here, and this tank turns into a steam tank. As the name implies, the steam engine is powered by steam and will generate energy from steam in order to create steam. Just the same, we have now made with you such a tank. When we look at this tank, the volume is written. That is so small. Water, lack of water, and lack of heating, because they are red. To have water, of course, you need to pump water here, and to have heating, we put burners here. That's it. Now we have it written that our heating is very pretty, and the volume seems to be not enough, but even now, let's forget about it, which means there is a shortage of water. What to do with water? We need to make an infinite source nearby, somewhere. Let's go right here. Then, we supply the pipes and power the pump. We are doing the maximum speed here, because the water will be spent very, very, very quickly, and here, I forgot to turn it over. That's it, everything is fine. We have excellent water pumped here. Now we see that the pressure has increased here. Here we have such a barometer. That is, this pressure is inside our structure, and that is, we have steam there. Now we have shown that the volume is too small. Well, let's add, let's say, well, that's enough. So in other words, our volume is also a bottleneck, but still it's already better. Everyone, let's now see how to work with this steam engine in general, because it does not move anything. And in general, where to attach what? Nowhere to go. In order to have a place to attach, just poke the shaft from this side, and that's it. The shaft is put here, and it starts spinning. We can see that here, we are producing 16,384 N at the current speed. That is such and such an amount, roughly speaking, watts. And now, we also hear such a sound of steam, that it seems to come out here. In short, everything works. Also, steam is spent very quickly here, so we supply it to the water very quickly, so that everything works fine for us. In general, by the way, how can I do it? You can power this pump from this shaft, and then you will have an absolutely endless source of energy. Also, on this steam engine, you can change the direction, that is, in the other direction, in general, as you want. Next, consider such a steam whistle. It is made of copper ingot and also gold leaf. Let's take it. I'll also take the lever, and this steam whistle will be placed only on the steam boiler, because now we have, roughly speaking, the structure of a steam boiler. Let's say we put it somewhere right here. And what is it? Is it some kind of man, or what is it? In general, now we will send a native signal to him, then he will issue a note to us. As we see, the U40, we remove it and nothing happens. Also, with the help of a wrench, we can change the octave. Look, now we have a 40U note. We also change the 40U, but a lower one. Once again, now we have, roughly speaking, the third octave, that is, the high, the second, and the first again. You can also change the notes. If you put one more about the whistle on top, right on this steam whistle, then we will have a note of fa, that is below, another mi, then radish, re, d dies, d. And just listen to how it changes when I break and put blocks. Then we move on to a very interesting mechanism. This is an autonomous activator. It is made of an electronic lamp, an andesite case, and also a brass arm. The brass arm is made of 4 brass sheets, and also an andesite alloy. What is an autonomous activator? This is, roughly speaking, a slave in your factory, a replacement for human hands. Let's see how it works. Let's say I'll put it like this in the world. We have it directed in that direction. It has 2 shafts for powering. At the back, it's not palpable. It's simple. That is, you can build up, and nothing will happen in principle. And let's power it up. Let's see. He starts poking. Let's make a little more speed so that he pokes more often. Here he pokes, and what does he do? We come here, nothing happens. Look, we can give him, let's give him a pickaxe, and change his mode now, because now he has a block installation mode. After all, you see, he now has his hand, as if directed like this, as if he is putting something. We are now going to change the mode with a wrench. That's it. And now he takes this pickaxe in his hand, roughly speaking, and begins. What to do? He starts breaking blocks in front of him. Look, here he is, breaking blocks a little bit, a little bit. We can also give him, let's say, an axe, then it will be more effective. We can also take this pickaxe from him, just PCM with an empty hand, and give him, let's say, a non-sword. Now he will beat the mobs that will be in front of him. And let's change his regime to the same one that he had. That is, he will poke, and let's say, now we will give him a block. That's it. Now he just puts a block in front of him. That is, he puts a block at a distance of 1 block. You can feed objects into it with the help of various funnels. That is, you can load it like this, throw a funnel here from above, and let's say, a block is given into his hand. There, I don't know, a pickaxe or something else. Now, with the same mode, let's put a door here, let's say, and he starts opening and closing it, that is, activating it. Roughly speaking, it has 2 modes, the right mouse button, which now puts blocks and activates doors, and also the left mouse button. That is, it will break blocks with a pickaxe, or deposit mobs. Next, let's look at how to make the exact mechanism, because it is somehow not clear how it is done. These hands are involved here, then for some reason, there are 3 of them, there are some gears here, and how do we do everything at all? Another X5, a golden leaf, where what? Nothing is clear. Well, now let's figure it out. Look, in order to make an accurate mechanism, we will need our hand here, in the amount of 3 pieces. Just as shown in the crafting, you can do all this at the depot, but it's not very convenient. We will immediately do it in bulk, namely on a mechanical belt. We also take items that will be needed for crafting. For crafting one exact mechanism, if it is crafting something, there is no chance of 100%, but only 80%, and also 20% chance of getting some random device, and generally something is unclear, or getting nothing at all. But to create one thing, we will need 5 small gears, 5 large gears, 5 pieces of iron, and also 1 gold leaf. Let's see how to make a workshop, and in general the logic of that crafting. So let's put it with you. Let's say a shaft like this. Here are 2 things, and pull the belt here. Roughly speaking, 1 belt unit will be 1 depot. That is, here is a depot, here is a depot, here is a depot. Therefore, as we see with you in crafting, we need 3 depots and 3 hands here. In other words, this is how it is shown here. So let's just take 3 hands, and put them, that is, here is the hand, here and here, and turn it over like this so that everything is fine. So now we have 3 hands here, everything is fine. These hands will enrich, roughly speaking, the gold leaf, as we will see it with you now, with additional objects. That is, a gear, a large gear, and pieces of iron, and as a result, create our exact mechanism. In order for the whole thing to work, it is necessary to power these hands. Let's do it a little bit faster, somehow like this. Everything is moving in that direction. So, as indicated in the craft, we will first need to enrich the gear. That is, we give a gear to this hand, fine, then a big gear to the next, and finally a piece of iron to the next. Now we just simply throw a gold leaf here and see what happens. Oops, look, a gear was added, then a big gear and a piece of iron. This is our first round. As indicated in the crafting, we will need 5 laps. That is, here is the second round, everything is the same. Somehow it's not very convenient. It seems to me to throw, take away, so we can see how to do it. We put the shaft here, we put the shaft here, we pull it here, once the pulley is like this, and then we pull it here. We look carefully, that is, here I pulled, and finally we pull the last shaft here. So here we are pulling a little bit like this, hop, everything. Now, we power it up in the right way, so that we have such a circle formed, and look at what is happening. We are enriching again. That is, the 4th round is already coming to an end. We can speed up the whole thing a little bit here. So we went in a circle, because our mechanical belts worked just great, and everything went back over there. Hop, everything goes the last round, and we can get our exact mechanism. We're taking him, here he is. We can make the following very cool devices out of it. Let's say a rotation speed controller. It is made of an exact mechanism, and also a brass case. What is it? It's just a great thing that replaces us like this, with a large number, a lot of gears, just with a small one block. That is, let's say we have an energy source here. Let's imagine that it is not infinite. The speed cannot be adjusted here. He gives out 16. We put it here, so the rotation speed controller is from below, and here you see we have a groove. In this groove, we have a large gear that is powered by this motor, and now we have a certain mechanism that can accelerate and slow down rotation. That is, here we have a shaft protruding from 2 sides. We can connect the shafts here, and we see that our speed is still the same. That is, here there are 16, and here there are 16. We can continue the PCM here and speed up, let's say up to 125. Here we have everything accelerating perfectly. We can make the maximum speed in general. We can make it negative, that is, in the other direction, very convenient. We can even, let's say, make a single one. That is, it's spinning very slowly. Next, consider another hand, namely a mechanical hand. It is made of a brass body, a precision mechanism, 3 brass sheets, and an andesite alloy. We take it. I also take some auxiliary items to demonstrate this very cool hand. What is it? We can put it up, and it's literally some kind of robot manipulator. But how does it work? First of all, we can power it. It is powered only with the help of a gear, let's say this way. So that's it. Everything is fine. It's actually quite simple. It will need to be broken first, and let's say you have such a task. You have a depot, and from one depot to, let's say, another depot, you will need to shift items. This can be done, let's say, with the help of pipelines again. But we have such a hand, why not use it? Because that's what she was created for. We ourselves poke the PCM with this hand at the depot. You see, it stands out and is written, takes items from the depot. And let's say we need to put it here. Poke once, and the second time puts the items in the depot. That's it. Now we put our hand here, and now it will, if some object arrives here, shift these objects here. Very convenient. Also, this hand has several modes. We can change them. Let's say we have it in a circle, so that it works. Also strictly in a circle, and prefer the primary goal. Also, this hand can, for example, take from 2 sides. Let's say let's make a barret here, take it here, and put it here. We put everything on, and now Hop takes it from here, and also takes it from here, also shifts everything perfectly. The same thing can happen with shafts. Let's say we have here such a thing, that is, let's say we take it from here, and put it here. We put this hand, now we throw the object here. It's here with us, look up stops, and the hand shifts here. Next, consider the gutter. It is made of 2 iron sheets, and also an iron ingot. What is a gutter? This is, roughly speaking, a funnel. That is, let's say we have a chest, and we will put a gutter on top. We throw something here, and it passes perfectly here into the chest. We can change the mode, so that it becomes so transparent, and now it will be directly visible how the object arrives. We can also configure it hard. Configure it from the side, so that we get such pretty interesting, I don't know how it is, pipes. In general, such ventilation systems, we can even throw them here, and throw them here, and all this comes here. The chute can transmit not only down, but also up. To do this, we will need to put a fan in the case. Let's put it somewhere here in the air, so that it is convenient to power it. That is, we power it up, everything is fine, it blows up. We will do a little more speed. We put a gutter on top here, another yellow one, another one. And we see some pores coming out here like this. This is exactly our wind. That is, we throw it here, nothing gets there. On the contrary, it will spit out from here. That is, we will put a chest here, and here we will allow such a funnel. What is it we will consider a little later. I will do it for suction. Throw an object here, and everything is transferred here. Here's the gutter came in here, then a smart gutter. The smart gutter is very similar to its previous counterpart, but it is a little more intelligent, namely it has a filter. That is, look, we throw an object here, and it transmits perfectly. We can come here, look here we have such a square, let's put a chest. And so we throw it here, and for some reason, nothing arrives, because only the chest will arrive here. Now let's look at the andesite gateway. It is made of an andesite alloy, and also dried kelp. And let's imagine such a situation. Let's say here we have a workshop that is transferred somewhere in that direction. And here we have a chest in which something needs to be received. How to do it? This is all done very simply, with the help of an andesite gateway. We put it here and look, now we throw an object here, and it literally enters through these, I don't know, rubber or what they are called, such hairs, and enters right into the chest. We can also lengthen it like this, just for beauty. We can also put it on the exit of the chest. How is this done? Just let's say here on this side, and here it has these arrows. We can poke the PCM, the arrow changes, it is now to the right, that is, it pumps out of the chest. That is, if we throw something here now, it is thrown out. If we do this, that is, it is uploaded to the Pro, we throw something here, it goes into the chest. You can also do it from above, that is, either pumping, that is here it came here, or pumping, here is the object, and it immediately comes out from above. Then, the brass gateway. It is made from an electronic lamp, brass ingot, and also dried kelp. The brass gateway is very similar to the previous andesite one, except that it now has a filter, that is, you can also put it on top, bottom, side, somewhere, I do not know, let's say, near the conveyors. But now he has such a thing, where we can stuff, let's say, a chest. And now only the chests will be pumped out of here. We won't put anything here, it comes out from above, because there is no filter here. So again, that's it, it's not going anywhere now, and it's lying here. We can also clamp the PCM here, and adjust the amount that will be spat out by this gateway here. That is, up to 1, up to 6, there is a stack shorter, and it is also possible for sure, that is, it will give out 15. There are 47 or as many as you want. Then, the andesite tunnel. It is made of 2 andesite alloys, and also dried kelp. Let's imagine such a thing, that here you have, let's say, some items arrive, and you need to somehow separate them. Divide right, left, forward. All this can be done just the same, with the help of this tunnel. It is put on the conveyor, and now look, here it also has other inputs and outputs. If we assume here, let's throw it like this, we look at it like this, these are belts and they are distributed as follows. Here, we have a single one out, here, a single one, and here the other 62. Let's say we can break it here, then nothing will come out here, a single one will go here, and the rest 63 pieces will go here, because he works with us in such a way that he distributes items. Here we have the main conveyor belt, which runs like this here, because here it is, that is, you see, we put it right on it, the rest are auxiliary, so they go out one by one. Also, you can extend these tunnels and make them very beautiful like this. This is done purely for decoration, and to protect your items, possibly from other players. Then, the brass tunnel, it is made of an electronic lamp, 2 brass ingots, and also 2 dried kelp. What is it? This is very similar to the previous one, that is, the andesite tunnel, but it is more intelligent, and actually very different in general. Let's put it here. Now, first of all, there are filters here, that is, a filter for reception, a filter for output, a filter for output, a filter for output. Now let's throw a mechanical belt here again like this. So we throw it out, and now we look at how they will be distributed. So, here, we have 21 out, here, we have 21 out, and here are the 22 remaining. In general, they are now distributed evenly. That is, let's say if we put a motor at the entrance here, then nothing will pass here except the motor. That is, look, it does not pass. The motor stops with us. Because here we have stalled, we take it away. So we throw the motor, and the motor passes. See, also here it has modes. Namely, there is a separation, then a strict separation, in a circle, strictly in a circle, preferably the closest, randomly, and synchronize inputs. Let's say you have a lot of such conveyors. Here are 4 pieces. You can put these tunnels at the end here, everywhere, and then they will connect. Here you can see that their textures have even connected, and now they are connected here, and you can now change one mode, and this mode changes for everyone else. Next, consider the item filter. It is made of wool, also 2 pieces of iron. What is this item filter? We poke the PCM through the air, And here we have an incomprehensible interface at first glance, but in fact everything is very simple. This is a filter that has either a blacklist mod or a white one. White is what we put here, it will be skipped. Black, this is what we put here, will not be skipped in the end. You can also make use of the data and ignore the data. Let's say we make use of the data, then we will be thrown out. Or on the contrary, items with a certain, well, let's say, breakage will be taken away. Let's say we make a blacklist now, use the data and that's it. We exit. Now we have this configured filter. We throw it right into the filter of a brass funnel. Let's say we make it for ejection. And now let's put the chest here. The chest is not thrown away. And if we assume a brass gateway, then it is thrown away, because we have a blacklist on the chest. That is, it is ignored by us. Then, the attribute filter. It is made of wool, also 2 brass pieces. What is the attribute filter now? It works in much the same way, only it has a completely different interface. Here you put, let's say, an object, that is a chest. Look, it has the following parameters. It can be placed. It is fuel with the Forge Honest tag. With the Forge Honest wooden tag, that is wooden chests, Minecraft has been added. Okay, let's say we do with the tag is fuel. That is, now we are adding this attribute. Now this filter here will be skipped by us. Let's make, let's say, a white list of all items that will be fuel. That is, we throw it here, and now the boards are like this. The boards are thrown out. And the ground? No, because it's not fuel. Let's say coal. Let's use wood like this. Everything is thrown away because it is fuel. Also, if the attributes, let's say that the wrench has its own, it can't add up with the tag so and so, it warms up. We can also add a reverse attribute that is just the same. Let's say if you can place it now, then it means you can't place it. Next, consider the storage of items. It is made from a barrel and also 2 iron sheets. Item storage, what is it? This is a huge chest that you can't climb into. Let's put it here, let's say. 1 block can also consist of, let's say, 2 like this. Let's say this is how you can make such a box. Great, to build up like this, it will be just a huge storage. How to get into it? Nothing. Only it can be placed with the help of, let's say, a gateway. Let's make a download and throw it here. Let's say so a depot. 100 indesit gateways, and so a storage. How do I get out of here now? In no way either, except with the help of gateways or similar items that can get. That is, let's say we put a depot here for convenience, a gateway here, and that's it. Now we are given 1 piece each here. It has a certain sequence inside, but you can put a non-andesite brass gateway here and place a filter in it. Next, a whole set of scuba divers. It consists of a copper diving helmet, a copper balloon, and also copper diving boots. The helmet is made of 5 copper, also glass, a cylinder of 3 copper, a copper block, 2 andesite alloys, and also a shaft. Shoes made of 2 copper ingots, and also 2 andesite alloys. Let's say you made yourself a helmet. Put it on. You won't be able to breathe underwater. Boots are an optional attribute. They are auxiliary, so in principle, to be underwater, you will need a helmet, and also a copper cylinder. But when it is being crafted, it will not be charged. And how to charge it? Very simple. You just feed energy here from above, and it pumps compressed air into itself. You disconnect, break it, pick it up, and get a charged copper cylinder. Now you can put it on yourself, right here, in the form of a vest. That's how it looks, very nice. Such gears, even something moves. And now you can safely be underwater. Let's check it out now. It is written even, you see, near our air for 15 minutes. We can be as much as 15 minutes underwater. But look, we're moving around like this. It's not very convenient. Usually divers walk on the bottom, and we swim. How to make us walk? We just take copper shoes, put them on. That's it. Now we will even jump underwater like this and move comfortably. They are, let's say, heavy, and that's why we walk. Naturally, you can remove this balloon, then recharge it again and go back into the water. In order for this balloon to be more spacious, there is such a book of magical capacity. There are first, second, and third levels. Just enchant, and then you will have more air. There is also the following diving suit, more precisely, even a diving suit, because it will protect you not only from water, but even from lava. Namely, here we have such items as a Nazarite climbing helmet, a Nazarite balloon, and Nazarite climbing boots. Also, for some reason, I took with me the invisible greaves. Why is this so? Now you will understand everything. Because, if we put on a set now, in order to breathe underwater, we will also be able to breathe underwater. Let's check it out. Everything breathes perfectly for 15 minutes as well. But if I take lava now, let's imagine that here we have such a small lake of lava. Here, let's say this, and I'll fit in here, then I'll burn here. Here I am burning and what to do. In fact, you need, look what, first of all, the Nazarite background is already there, and also the Nazarite climbing shoes. Then, with a full set, you will be lava-tight and that's it. You will be able to move around here safely because first of all, you have climbing boots, and you will be able to walk on the bottom, do everything you need and not burn. That is, your armor is not even spent, you will only spend a balloon. Then, the potato cannon. It is made in a mechanical crafter, from an andesite alloy, an exact mechanism, 3 pipes, and also 2 copper ingots. And she can throw, let's say, potatoes, baked potatoes, golden apple, and also has as much as a whole magic book, namely the restoration of potatoes. The first, second, and third level. This spell is needed so that you have some chance of not wasting potatoes when you shoot. Let's say now we have a cannon loaded with potatoes. I can shoot like that, hop, look at the cow, and does 5 damage. I can shoot baked potatoes, nay. I shoot at the cow, and now it will even light up, doing the same 5 damage, but it will also burn. That is, now I will get fried meat. I can throw, let's say, golden apples, and these golden apples will heal. That is, this sheep now has the effect of a golden apple. Such a cool thing. It looks quite bulky and aggressive. Well, let's also consider the long tail. It is made in a mechanical crafter of 6 sticks, an exact mechanism, a brass ingot, and also a brass hand. This is the kind of hand that will allow you to hit a little further. That is, now let's go into survival mode and look at the reach. Now I'm reaching for this block, so look here 1, 2, 3. If I take a long grip now, I go 4 blocks away, I still get it. I get it 4, 5, I get it 4, 6, I get it 4, 7. I don't get it anymore. This is not only the hand that will allow us to break, let's say quickly the grass is so far away, but it breaks these things, and so that it does not break, you will need a balloon. That is, if you have a cylinder of compressed air, then you will spend the cylinder first of all, and then this hand itself. Look, I can take this hand in my second hand, and now it's like I still have it in my first hand, but you're at 5 in the second. But it doesn't matter. The main thing is that we can now take a pickaxe in the first hand, and this pickaxe will also work for us very far away. That is, at a distance of 5 blocks there, we can calmly break everything. The sword will also work. We can also work with an axe, with a shovel, but we also have such a chip. If we take this long hand in the second hand, and a long hand in the first hand, then we will have a very long hand in general, and we will be able to reach up to blocks. Let's count how many. We get 7 blocks anyway. We get 8. We don't get 9 anymore. That is, we now have 8 blocks of reach. That is, it is very powerful in general. It certainly looks a little crazy. Well, there was a potato with you. Be sure to subscribe, like, write comments, and also be sure to click on the bell.